It's time to dive beneath the surface and into the minds and hearts of your favorite celebrities and pop culture icons. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hi, guys. Welcome back. And we are back to recap Family Karma Season 2, and I'm so excited that they got their second season. If you guys remember, I did an interview with a few members of the cast, and it was so much fun. AMRIT, Brian, Benni, and also one of my favorite, my favorite cast member, Bali. Bali has taken some time out of her day to join us just for a few minutes to kind of kick us off in this recap. Obviously, guys, this is not an interview, so we can't ask her too many personal questions about the show or anything like that. But I wanted to bring her on to just give her a huge thanks for inviting my fiance, Jason, and I to the premiere night. And we had so much fun. So she's going to come on, kick us off, and just remember, no personal questions. Okay? Hi, Bali. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Oh my God, I'm exhausted, as you can see. I'm sorry. I did not put on makeup for you today.
No, you look beautiful. What? Don't be sorry.
It's been such a hell of a week, as you know. Thank you and Jason for coming and having fun.
Oh my gosh. How exciting. By the way, I remember when we were talking and you weren't quite sure if you were going to get a second season. We were just fingers crossed, hoping for it. And now it's here and it's already second episode. Let's rip off the mic. You know what I mean? It's already going there. So this is going to be such a great explosive season. I'm loving the new additions to the show. And also I love that your daughter's back, even though that dynamic is funny with her not being in school and being in the house like a roommate and not a daughter. I think this is going to be so much fun.
Exactly. Literally went from being my baby to like this bitchy roommate, but it's been great. We're so lucky and grateful, and it's just exciting. And you know, as it happens, first season, it's happening even now. It's like I've gotten no sleep in this past week because, you know, just trying to stay up with everybody and be relevant and engage with everybody. This is the time to do it, you know. And social media is so kind, and I'm so humbled always and still by all the love that we continue to get.
And I mean, it has to feel good to know too. You are literally one of the top fan favorites of the show. Everyone loves you on the show. And I love this back and forth. I'm not an auntie. We're not the same age. Okay, girl. Well, we're 6 years apart. And you're like, oh, do not say my age. We're loving the banter.
I'm like, oh, how dare you remind me of that?
No, I'm excited. And also, Jason and I were having this conversation earlier, and he was pointing out the fact how just amazing that Bravo is branching out and bringing on these shows that focus on different cultures, especially the Indian culture and the Indian community in South Florida. It's just a nice refresher, you know, because we all love our housewives, right? And you would make a fantastic housewife, by the way. But we love our housewives. We love seeing the drama, but this is different. It has a different element, and it's a community that unless you're Indian or married into, you know, the Indian community, you wouldn't really know or understand how close everyone is.
Well, and it's funny you say that because that's what I've been saying. And I think that you probably got like an insight to that when you were at the premiere party last week. You know, I said this on a live the other day that what separates us from the housewife franchises, the franchise rather, is that a lot of those friendships are not as organic, or they do fall apart once the season is over. And, you know, then when first episode, second episode, you hear so many of them say that I haven't talked to or seen or heard from this person since the reunion, yada, yada, yada. Even, you know, like you said, apparently I'm a fan favorite, but, you know, there's a lot of people that call me.
Not apparently, you are.
They call me an old lady. They tell me I'm too old for the show. But if you noticed at the party, it's actually, we're all one community, right? Like my parents were there. You met them. They party with us. My daughter's friends are partying with us. We don't go for days and weeks and months without speaking to each other. It's all really, it's a real life, and it's a real life community. And I think that's why even the drama that's mild to most viewers is really a big deal to us, because we're family.
Right. No, and something that I thought was hilarious, we get to see, these different personalities on the show, but seeing it firsthand at your premiere at Daya, I thought it was really interesting because you don't really hold back. You are exactly who you are on the show. And I remember when there was a speech trying to be gave at the premiere, or given at the premiere, and nobody was listening, and it was just a lot of people in the room, and you're like, listen, like, it just like, get your, well, I didn't want to say that, but yeah, shut the up, just listen. And you commanded the room. Yeah, but it was great. And I did, like you said, you kind of gave Jason and I an insight. Hanging out, everyone, they like to drink, they like to dance, they like to eat really great food. And I actually, after the premiere, I was so dead set on sitting on the couch watching it in the front row. And I even came up to you and I was like, am I allowed to sit in the front? Because nobody sat down yet. You're like, sit wherever you want. So I was sitting up there with AMRIT's mom watching the premiere, and everyone was still kind of doing their thing while still watching. And as soon as it was over, it became a big dance party. And I felt bad because everyone's like pulling me into the dance, like onto the dance floor, and trying to get me to do these moves. And I move like an awkward, like 12-year-old girl. I have no rhythm. And then all of a sudden I look back, I said, well, I'm going to grab a drink. And I turn around from the bar and I see you and Jason just dancing on the dance floor and everyone pulling them out. And I was like, of course you're out there.
They couldn't get enough of Jason. It's just fine that you can't dance because he's okay and he's doing it for both of you.
Yeah. And as soon as we got home that night, he was like, Adam, I don't think I'm going back to Palm Beach. I think I'm staying in Miami and I'm joining the Indian community. I'm just going to Marianne, like this was so much fun. I was like, okay, pack your shit. We are going back to Palm Beach. Thank you.
When I say things to you, like my doors are always open, like we're not kidding. That's who we are. There's no formalities, as you saw. You were so kind and like mindful about, can I go sit in the front and watch the show? And I'm like, go sit where you want. And again, like I said, I was just so glad that not only was I able to meet you, but you were able to experience the reality of who we are. And that's exactly what translates on the screen. It's none of it is produced, obviously. And so the whole auntie kid parent thing, as you see, we all hang out together. So in my world, in our world, it's not weird that I bridge that gap because there's so many of us that do. Right.
No, I completely agree.
Friends that are not Indian, but they're like, there's an Indian party, we're coming.
Yeah, no, honestly, if Jason and I are ever invited back, then yes, absolutely. If you have a party where you have 2 open spots, I don't know if that's ever going to happen again, but we will drive happily our little hour-and-a-half drive and come down and party with the best of them.
Well then, keep that Sun Pass of yours paid up because you'll be here often.
All right. And, I thought it was funny too. As I'm watching the premiere, I looked around and I was like, where's Jason? And of course, the drama was coming out from the first episode with Vishal and Dylan, and that was all playing out. And I was talking to Vishal about it as it was happening. And, I think it's, you guys know, you live it and then you have to rewatch it. And sometimes you might even cringe because you have these moments and then you don't know how everyone else is going to react to them. So I'm so invested. And I look back and Jason all of a sudden comes back over, has shots and drinks, and he's sitting up at the bar with O'Malley. I'm like, where the hell were you? And he's like, I'm sorry, O'Malley kept buying or getting drinks, so it is what it is. But
yay, I'm glad you guys had fun. And O'Malley's a doll. He really helped make sure I stayed the belle of the ball while he was the host with the most,
I agree. Well, Bali, I know that I said I wasn't going to keep you long. I did want to ask you one more question before you go.
Of course.
Again, nothing too invasive, but I'm just curious for anyone watching, you went through the first season not really maybe knowing what you were getting yourself into. You've seen Bravo and you know how reality shows work, but I think it might be a little bit different when you finally put yourself into that situation. Do you find it to be a little bit easier to watch yourself the second season, knowing what the format is and how everything works, as opposed to the first season? Or do you feel like, no, it's just the same across the board?
It's a little bit of both. I think I can only speak for myself. I'm far more comfortable watching myself because I once you see the first season and you realize that as long as you stay true to yourself, then it's all going to pan out and be okay. And people do see through the bullshit. So I'm comfortable with that because I don't have a filter, and sometimes I need one, but it is what it is. I'm really grateful that I decided to get glam on board for every episode, because I don't know what I was thinking by not wearing makeup the first time around. So
it was one of the learning curves. But honestly, again, you don't have to wear makeup and you still look stunning. So that I don't, you don't
well,
need.
Hoping the volume on the lashes this season, distracts from the 10 COVID pounds I've put on. But
no.
Yes, but it's okay. And I mean, and you're still like, you still have moments where you're like, eeks, did I really just say that? But again, it's with people I love and their family, and everybody just kind of moves on and gets over it, and the party continues.
It's kind of like, for you guys, I guess a good analogy would be sort of like Keeping Up with the Kardashians. They are sort of a community within themselves who they're just family and they're always together. So filming is just natural. It's easy. Like you said, it's not a bunch of ensemble cast members that you throw in the room who have extremely different personalities and you're like, go.
We all actually do have quite different personalities, but it's not like we don't see each other for eons. We're all super invested in each other and our lives. Even when we're not filming, we're a real family, we're real friends, we're a real community.
Right. I love that. And, as I said earlier, when we were talking, of course, I'm going to be reaching out to the network this week to get formal interviews. That way we can really talk about what I want to talk about from the show, dissect it, and, get the good out of it, but I know that right now, out of respect for Bravo and the network and for your position on the show, we can't really do that. So I know that you're super busy.
But anytime for you and anything for you, you know that.
Hey, well, if you ever need anything, let me know. And thank you so much. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day and weekend. Did you pause?
Did you like my outfit at the premiere party?
Oh my gosh. Remember? Yes, I loved it. And then Jason was the worst photographer. He kept trying to take photos and he kept cutting off your shoes. You're like, what's wrong with him? Does he not get it? And then you took the camera. I think somebody took the camera away from Jason and Jason's like, did I fuck up? I was like, maybe.
I know, it was awesome. That's right. I forgot about that.
You're like, I put a lot of work head to toe. There was thought behind this. Don't miss out on the damn shoes.
Jason.
Well, it's okay. He had the best time. And I think, honestly, he was about to leave my ass that night. And he's like, I'm staying in Miami. So I brought him back. It's okay. I still have Jason. And anytime you guys want to do something, you have my number, vice versa. I would love to spend more time with you.
Totally. I'm always down. And let's do a fun interview together soon, and maybe in person here in Miami.
Hey, don't tease me with a good time.
But it's a commitment. Let's do it.
All right. With that, Bali, I hope you have a great rest of your day and a beautiful weekend. And just enjoy the hype while it's here and while your show is on the air, sending you nothing but positive vibes. And we all can't wait to continue watching you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
All right. See you soon, Bali.
Have a good weekend.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and drop the link for you guys if you'd like to call in. 113 in the room. Go ahead, hit that like button, show some love for Family Karma. We're going to talk about the second episode. I just saw Natalie said, hi, Adam, can I call in? Absolutely. I just dropped the link. As you guys know, before we were covering the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We were supposed to be covering it with Emily D. Baker, and I dropped the ball. Emily D. Baker is on Central Time. I am on Eastern Time, so I didn't specify. However, we did talk, and we have another live that we're doing tomorrow to really break into the latest news of the Erica and Tom Girardi saga. Obviously, if you guys watched the Beverly Hills recap, I was telling Kim Pyre that Tom Girardi has finally spoken out about his conservatorship. Erica Girardi might be slammed with $7 million of the debt that's owed. I don't know how to break this down as far as the legal jargon. That's what I said earlier. So who better than our favorite legal commentator on YouTube, Emily D. Baker. So just make sure you guys are around for that tomorrow. It's going to be at 11:15 Eastern Standard Time. I promise I'm not dropping the ball. All right. So let's bring up some people really quick. We'll start with Kim Pyre and Natalie, and then we have Cocktails with Lovable Lisa. We have people in the room, so we'll start rotating. And I see her waving like this. Hi, hi, hi. All right. How's it going, Kim Pyre?
I love Bali.
I'm obsessed with her, and she doesn't hold back. I mean, when she's like, my daughter's being I'm like, oh my gosh. Only she can say that. Honestly, I thought her daughter was lovely at the premiere night. But I don't have that mother-daughter relationship. But how straightforward she is, it just
we need more of her.
You don't hold back.
I need more of her on the show. So far we haven't gotten a lot of her, and I want more. Right.
And I love when she was holding up her arms like this, and she's like, "Somebody take my mic off."
And she's waiting. The awkward stillness of that moment. I'm like, is someone coming?
and I love how the producers, when Vishal's mom is exiting and she's like, I can't do this right now. This is too much. And they're like, okay. She's like, don't say anything. I love how editing actually shows the shadiness of the producers walking back and they're like, she's leaving. So then that way we get that suspenseful moment of them all chasing her out. And you can tell, like Bali was saying, these are real authentic relationships. And that's why she wanted the mic off, because she wanted that signal. Look at me. Just let me know we're good. Yeah. And she wouldn't give her that moment. So Bali was like, okay, take the mics off. This is not as important as this, however many year friendship. Let's just call it what it is. And it just makes you love them even more. And when she said, oh, maybe a fan favorite, I was like, no, Bali, this might be your show. I mean, I know we haven't gotten a whole lot of her yet, but it's always exciting when we do see her, and she always adds a lot to it.
And we see the potential in Bali. That's the thing. That's why we believe it's going to be her show, because we see the potential in what she can bring. And they haven't really highlighted that, even though there are a lot of lovable people on the show. And I kind of got Sutton vibes from Vishal's mom, because it was sort of like everyone's talking about her son and she's not even involved in the conversation. And it's sort of like, this is awkward.
Well, I agree with that. I'm going to bring up another caller really quick because Natalie Benzi has been so patient lately. Hi, Natalie. You're on mute.
Hi, Adam.
How are you?
Fine. How are you guys? Hi, Kempa.
Hi.
Hi. Did you watch the episode? Oh, it's faint.
Hello?
Hold on one second. Natalie, Natalia. Oh my gosh, I'm not seeing the A. I'm blind as a bat, by the way. Natalia, I'm not seeing the
Can you hear me?
I can hear you better now. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay, did you watch the second episode?
Oh, I think about family karma.
Yes, I'm getting flack. I'm gonna drop you back down and then bring you back up. Let me drop her down. While we fix the mic on this, let's bring up another caller, Cocktails with Lovable Lisa.
Hi there,
Adam. Hi, how are you?
Hi there, Campfire.
I always love seeing you when you have that big smile. You're just always smiling on your horse.
Yes, I spread the love.
You give me the eyes too. I see it in the back room when you're like, I'm like, oh, Cocktails with Lovable Lisa is not playing around down there. We have to get an opinion.
Oh goodness. Oh, I love you. I love y'all guys. But yeah, I love this episode. I'm gonna tell you what I really did love of Vishal mother getting up. She stood up and my thing up. She said, I think in her mind, she said, you're not finna see him talk about my son. You know what I'm saying? She got up and she said, y'all not finna see him blame all this on my son. I'm finna get up and I'm finna go. Bye out. I'm see you. You ain't finna do that. Because I was hearing what she was saying. She said, your son talking a mess about my son.
Right.
And like she said, she don't want to mess up that friendship. So it's best for me to exit. Now that would be my mama. My mama would have told them where to get off it. Okay.
Oh my God. My mom would have dragged somebody else's mom across the table. my mom is that mom. But
that's how my mom was. My mama rest in peace. But that's how my mama was. No. You don't talk about my child because your child just is wrong. And I don't understand the dynamics of it. So last week when they was talking about it, Dylan sitting up here crying. You wasn't crying when you did the dirt.
And that's
you crying then.
That's the thing too. I want to speak on that really quick too. Just being a member of the LGBTQIA plus community. I think it's wrong. You know, I would never go to someone who we all have our own experiences, but I know from my own experiences, when I wasn't out, I was so uncomfortable when people would come up to me and they'd make jokes or they'd be like, you're gay, you know, you're gay, just tell people you're gay. And it was a very uncomfortable feeling. I'm not calling Vishal gay. I don't think he's gay at all. But the point is, just because you are a member of that community,
if he was, it's none of your business.
And you shouldn't say stuff like that. You shouldn't grade him on a gay Richter scale. You shouldn't go around spreading gossip saying, I know that they said they love their gossip, which makes it for a fun show, you know?
Yeah, dude.
Putting his mouth on people's,
I'm like the mothers who don't want to hear some hot tea every once in a while, okay?
Oh, no, they're funny. Honestly, but I am enjoying Dylan and his brother and the mom. Yeah. You know, I don't like the creepy statues. I really don't like them. I'm not going to lie. I'm not here for the statues.
What's that about?
I don't know if that's something, and I don't want to say creepy. I take that back. I don't know if that's something. It's just fun because they say that, you know, they have the compound and they just wanted statues of themselves. I don't know what it is, but these statues
that's creepy.
They remind me of my grandmother's dolls that she would have.
I can hear that because I might be coming in the middle of the night to get some boiled ice cream and I see that statue sitting over. I think it's something going on. Okay.
No, I know. If I would walk out, I would see a statue. I would just
something might be wrong with them too.
No, I would molly walk the statue.
You got to investigate, Adam.
In the back of the head.
Something might be wrong with them. You got to investigate.
I mean,
when you put statues of yourself like that in your house, something's wrong. We got to investigate.
No,
wait, I don't think there's anything wrong with putting statues in your house. I think it's the particular type of statue and how it came out. Because trust and believe, I will be having a statue of the Kempire at some point in my mansion.
Okay, well, Kempire, you need to reach out to the Patels and ask their statue and just avoid that particular manufacturer of the statue. You need to go to, what is it called? The Wax Museum?
I tell you, you come to my compound, that won't be happening, honey. Because my cocktails will be going on. We ain't got time.
Yeah, hey, I'll have a bar. Yeah.
We ain't got time to make no statue. We can have a party, have a barbecue, and sit down and enjoy ourselves, okay?
I agree. I'm going to add one more caller in here. She might be at work because I see a mask on. I'm not quite sure. Shannon, wave your hand if you're ready for me to bring you up. All right. Hi, Shannon Ben.
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
Good. Did you watch the episode? Yeah, we can hear you.
Of course I did. Of course.
Okay, so are we getting into the second season?
I was into the second season 3 weeks ago before it started. I love this show so much.
I agree with you. And like I was telling Bali and, you know, about Jason and I's conversation, I think it's so great that Bravo brought on a show that celebrates and showcases the Indian culture and community. It's something that I knew nothing about. I mean, obviously, we know that these different cultures exist, but until you're actually immersed in them, you don't really know how they, you know, how our different family dynamics operate.
Exactly.
I also love the fact that they added that little part of the father coming from India and going to Guyana, because I don't think a lot of people know how, you know, you can find these cultures in these other parts of the country on our side of the hemisphere.
Right.
So many in the Caribbean. So it was so nice to have that.
No, I agree. Lisa, there's a little bit of flack. I'm going to drop you down for 1 minute and then I'll bring you back up.
Okay, then.
All right. There's just a little bit of an echo. We'll get that fixed. Don't worry, guys. But no, I completely agree. And I thought it was hilarious watching. One, I enjoyed seeing Brian in his new relationship. And I think it's hilarious as hell and ironic that her name is Monica. But then two, when they're sharing the story about the coconuts, and then he said that the duck ate his finger. What the hell?
I love the parents.
I love Brian's family. Like, they are just cool and down. And I'm so glad you guys are doing this show because I know you guys are both like, you know, we're recappers. We notice things. Did you not notice Brian's house is new?
Right? I was about to say, this house looks really great.
I just thought it was renovated.
Oh.
Now it's on the waterfront. The backyard I don't think was like that before. Never mind the kitchen. It looks so good.
I was paying attention to the wine cellar, the walk-in clear see-through wine cellar. I was like, that is
the wall.
I mean, those are goals.
I have to say the only family's house that I'm not in love with, and hopefully they'll upgrade, is AMRIT's family.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't love that. I didn't love it. It's very humble beginnings.
But I really love Amrit's. I love his condo.
The studio?
Okay.
No shade, but that's a small studio.
Do you know how expensive these studios are in Miami?
I live in New York. Take that back.
I live in Vancouver. Take that back. He's a lawyer, and isn't Nick something in an executive capacity? Like, y'all, come on, write it off. Write it off.
Kempire just told me you shut the hell up.
No,
I live in New York.
He didn't. I'm his witness. I didn't hear that. Nope.
Thank you, Shay.
No,
they'll get us in the comments. It'd be like, Kempire, you came on his show and you told him to shut the hell up. That never came out of my mouth.
That didn't happen. I meant not literally. Not literally, guys. Don't attack Kempire in the comments.
I'm okay. They already do it.
Join the club.
Or do. It could be fun. I have a question though, you guys, because you guys were talking about Bali and her role. Why is she not the narrator of the show? She would be the perfect narrator. She's in between the aunties and she's in between the kids. Why do we have Brian and Anisha? I mean, I love Brian and Anisha, but I think Bali would be a much better narrator of the series.
That's a good idea.
I agree
not
with
just
you.
A pretty face.
I think why they like. I think we can't even see your face right now.
We can't even see your pretty face.
Sorry, I just had my second vaccine. I'm in the recovery area.
She's vaccinated, y'all. All right. No, I think Anisha they picked because if you notice, Anisha has that that deadpan, dry sense of humor, and she's just kind of like, it is what it is. I'm going to say what I think, and I do also like that she's sharing her journey of kind of retracting the eggs and where she's at in her life because she feels like she should have been a little bit more further along for her age. I like her part of the storyline. I do agree with you. I think Bali, she is a very deadpan, dry sense of humor, whereas Bali is that unapologetically, I am myself and I'm straightforward. It is what it is. Take it or leave it. I don't give a
But I do like Anisha as well. I like her dry sense of humor. There's just something very, very endearing about her too. I love them all. I don't really have a favorite, but Bali is up there.
Can we talk about, and I use this term so lightly, but sort of the villain of the show? Not villain. She's not a villain in real life, but I mean like the one on the show that everyone is fearful of. She has the strongest opinions. She's also another one who does not care. I want to talk about Auntie Lopa. Ooh. Auntie Lopa is not here for Vishal. By the way, not here. Well, you don't like Vishal?
Who does it?
Shan. She just got quiet. No, I love Vishal.
Vishal is very endearing. I have to say, I literally, when I was watching, I like Vishal. You know what it is? I get why Lopa is on the fence about him because in regards to him bringing something. I forgot. I don't have my iPad near me. I wrote down the word that they call him in their language. Look, Vishal, he's finding himself. How old is Vishal? He's in his 30s?
Right. Yep.
So, I mean, he's finding himself. Not everyone finds himself early.
And he's also doing multi-million-dollar deals in the commercial real estate world. It's not like he's sitting back and, just taking a minimum wage job, which there's nothing wrong with that. And she's a lawyer. Like he has a career. So I guess maybe it's the education that comes into play here. Like she spent a lot of time getting her law degree, and maybe what they're trying to say is in their community, in the Indian community, for the woman, the man needs to have the equivalent education or better. I think maybe that's where they're coming from with this, but I'm not quite sure. I'm with Anisha. I think that Vishal is very sweet and endearing, and I think that he, loves his fiance. I think that he's just a lovable guy. And after meeting him in person, I can say that I really do feel like the guy is just a lovable guy. I couldn't see him doing any wrong. And I say that, and people are going to say, eat your words. He said he was going to hit Dylan. Yeah, I get that.
He didn't hit him, though.
He didn't hit him, though. He didn't put his hands. And even though he poked his brother, and that's definitely invasion of space, he didn't really hit anybody. So you guys can't say that he's, like some monster.
Look, Vishal. Look, I know a lot of people either
That
hate
he's
him or
uttering
like him.
threats.
I think with Lopa, I think in regards to Lopa, I think she doesn't respect Vishal. I don't think it has anything to do with his career necessarily. I think that's a part of it. I think it's his career. I think the fact that he may be a little bit effeminate. I also think the fact that she doesn't respect him in regards to being the head of a household. And Risha is a little bit more dominant. And I think that's what makes the relationship work. But I think now Risha's listening to her mom, and that's what's causing conflict in their relationship.
But did you see Risha looking at that waiter Julio, because she looked like, oh, you look dominant, and she was giving him the eyes.
Risha's interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about Risha. Like, there are certain moments I like her, but then there are other certain moments I feel like she's being unfair to Vishal.
But do you think that Lopa is just not giving? Bye, Shan. Welcome back, Lisa.
Yeah, okay.
Do you think, I'm curious, I want to ask you both, do you think that Lopa is just hard on Vishal, or do you think, and there's nothing wrong with this, that she's one of those parents that no one will ever be good enough for her daughter?
No one never will be good enough for her daughter.
I kind of agree. I agree. I think the same
because thing. To me, like what's the girlfriend name? Because they got hard names to pronounce. Risha. I mean, at first I was loving her, and I remember last season they were sitting down at the party, and she said, well, you need to make your ball drop and stand up, you know what I'm saying, and go to my mom. I'm like, home girl, this man is willing to put out a party to show your mom that he loves you and he want to be with you. Are you crazy? $40,000?
And he doesn't want to stand. Honestly, I think he's looking at it like, I don't want to stand up to your mom because I think that's disrespectful. And you can tell.
And you know his career. He wanted to be an actor. Well,
he's a reality TV star. It's close.
Yeah. Now he is now. Okay, because he wanted to be an actor, and that didn't work out so good. So now he working with his mom. That ain't nothing wrong with that. People work with their parents, work in companies all the time with their parents. And plus they call it inheritance wealth through the company. So he gonna inherit the company when mama retires. So hey, that's money coming in. $2 million for a building.
He'll be fine financially.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And then I remember hearing her say last night, I heard her say that she said, well, then I breaks down all the time. And she want to know, if I break down, can he take care of me, the house, the kids, the dog? I mean, what you mean you breaking down all the time? Why you breaking down all the time for? Look like he need to be questioning he look like he need to be questioning y'all.
Do we really think that these two are going to get married? Do we think these two will actually get married?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think, to me, sometimes, like I said, I thought she was good for him and stuff, but sometimes I looked the way she was talking to Washida, and I was like, girl, what? I mean, something's wrong here.
All right.
Something's wrong there with her mom. And to me, I really believe they just want to be on TV. That's how I feel about it.
I don't know if it's that. I honestly don't know if it's that. I do think, look, we see this all the time where the mother does not approve of the future son-in-law. And I think that's clearly what's happening here. And like I said before, I do think it's part of it is because she does not respect him. I think if she respected him more, I definitely think if she was to meet some other guy that maybe was an attorney or a big executive somewhere making it on his own, she would have a different respect for him.
Right.
Yeah.
I am curious, though. I want to ask you both before we start rotating callers. I'll start with you, Lisa. Who is your favorite cast member on the show?
I got several.
Bali was here.
I got several. Bali is mine because she's in my age group, and we both make 40 looks good, baby. We looks 40, make 40. I don't look like I'm 40 because baby, honey, because the order of a lay. We make 40 looks good, baby. He makes 40 looks good. I never really told my age. I don't go around really not telling my age. But I always say I'm like 15 years younger because I still look like I'm in my late 20s or early 30s.
All right.
Okay?
I didn't think you were in your 30s, so I'll give you that.
But I'm going to tell you something. I really do like Monica and Brian. I love them. I wish they would have got together. I seen them have some beautiful babies.
I agree with you.
I like Dr. Monica.
Yeah.
I don't have a favorite. I'm gonna say that because I love Bali. If I had to pick one, it probably would be Bali. But there's just something so lovable about all of them and their family dynamics that I really gravitate to, and I love this show.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. All right, Lisa. Well, I'm going to go ahead and start rotating callers. Before we do, can you let us know where we can find you in case anyone's living under a rock?
Yes, you can find me Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays at noon. I go live, and I'm trying to set it up. I'm having a hard time trying to set up my StreamYard up so people can call in. Because we talk about everything. We talk about politics. We talk about everything. Love life. Anything you want to come, go with that. We talk about it.
It's an open conversation. All right.
Conversation.
Guys, make sure you follow Cocktails with Lovable Lisa. We will be watching you, Lisa. And hopefully you're around tomorrow, too. We'll be doing some live. So if you are, we would love to have you call.
Yeah, I'm going to catch what's your name tonight? 5 tonight. I'm going to catch it.
Hey, don't miss it. 8 p.m.
I'm not baby.
Oh, there we go. Empire, you're messy. All right.
Oh, yeah, Empire, we got to talk. Hope we going on live because we got to talk about the Avatar.
Oh my God.
We got to find out about the Avatar. You too, Jace. I mean, you're not. I'm going to call you. Oh, call me your man name. Call me your man name.
Did you think I was Jason?
Adam. Okay. Yeah.
You know what? I have to say one thing. Jason, also, we have a 10-year age gap. I'm 27. Jason's 37. And everyone always tells us, you guys look like you're the same age. And I'm like, I don't know if that is a compliment to him or if you're talking shit about me. I don't know what's going on.
No, it's a compliment to you both. You both look very young.
You both.
Okay.
I'm sorry, boo. I am so sorry, boo. I'm me, Adam. Okay, we got to talk about that. Because, honey,
if you continue to grace us with your smile, you can call me whatever you want.
Okay, I love you, boo. Okay.
All right, we'll see you soon.
Darling.
Thanks for calling, Lisa. Oh, she's so funny.
I love Lisa.
All right. I see. What does this mean, Miriam? What is karma is Lola?
Lopa. There's a mistake then.
You can't come in here with these tag names and not have them right. What are you doing?
Oh my God. Okay, I think it's better. This way I don't disrespect her because I didn't mean, although she's hard.
Okay.
I'm just excited I got a new subscriber.
Oh, we have 5.
4. No.
Oh, you lost one?
Someone unsubscribed.
It wasn't me. I'm still subscribed.
I was trying to check on my phone, I swear. But I can't. I'm going to do it later. But I'm very happy with my addition. This is why I'm wearing blue. It's busy blue.
Okay. By the way, I don't know if you were because sometimes I can't always look at the chat because I'm waiting to get a stand, blah, 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 whatever. But I don't know if you were here earlier for this, but I've had so many requests for you and Kempire to join me on one of the shows that we recap because everyone loved our 90 Day Fiance. So I was just going to ask you guys, even Shan and Van, when she comes on, there's so many of us that we have such great conversation. If you guys are around on Mondays, Kempire said that he is. I can definitely message you guys and see if you'd want to jump on and just do the recap with me because we have so much fun and people really enjoy it.
What time on Mondays?
I'll DM you. I don't know what's going on. Listen, this whole world over here.
Make it work.
This is so chaotic over here. There's so much happening. I don't even know what's going on anymore. But I will make sure that I get you that time, and I won't Emily D. Baker you with the wrong time zone.
Oh, and I got the right time. I shared in my story. It's tonight at 8 p.m. ET. No Ramona moment or blonde moment. Like yesterday was hysterical. Anyway.
So, Miriam, I want to ask you, because we have about 5-10 minutes left. From the episode last night, what storyline are you most invested in, or do you think you'll be most invested in? Is it the Dylan Vishal situation? Is it Vishal and his maybe eventually one day mother-in-law Lopa? Is it Brian and his new girlfriend AMRIT having to come out to his grandmother? Bali just doing whatever Bali wants to do? What?
The new Monica, I don't think it's the relationship is real. Yeah, it's too much coincidence. Her name is Monica, and she's gorgeous.
Have you never
Like
dated
he found
the
a
same
better
name?
version of Monica.
You act like that name is Kemp.
Yeah, that's
don't know.
true.
That is what, like, I'm being skeptical. You know, I've been like an avid watcher of reality TV for a long time, so I'm cynical at times. Although it might not seem, don't be shocked, people. But I feel like that storyline, it's gonna be just because she's too good to be true. She's perfect. She's gorgeous. She's a doctor. I don't know. I hope
Have you
it's
seen
true.
Brian?
Someone.
No,
Agreed.
Brian is cute. I'm not saying that he isn't. I'm hoping it's a true story, but I have my doubts. I can't explain why, and I believe my gut.
Okay.
I
think Brian's a good-looking guy, and he is
very good
has a
looking.
career.
Oh my God. If I was
He has a
actor-
pretty smile. He's
Oh.
charismatic.
Yes, he is. No, he's cute as a button. I don't like the way Monica was treating him or trying to portray that she's not into him when she is. We all are into him. He is like cute to look at. Come on. He gives me life. In Portuguese, there's a saying that he's an eye drop to the eyesight. He's an eye drop.
In America, there's a saying that they're an eyesore, but I think it's completely opposite.
Well, it's the opposite.
Different meaning.
Okay.
I hate how they are enabling a brat. This is the thing. For you to be against your own kind, it's not mutually exclusive to you belonging to that category. Let me rephrase.
Are you talking about Dylan?
Yes. I feel like he is being everything a gay person doesn't want him to be. He doesn't want someone outing him without him being ready. He is someone that doesn't like people making fun of the way he might sexually interact. And he's doing that. So it's like a woman. It's not because I'm a woman, I can't show chauvinistic traits. They are not mutually exclusive. This is the parallel that I want to get. And that's bothering me a lot.
No, and I said this earlier too. I said, Jason and I, when we were watching the show, Jason, came out to his family actually a very similar way to how Dylan did with an email. And I was such a coward when I came out to my family. I started dating Jason a year before, and he was like, we have a 10-year age gap. I'm an adult. I am not going to hide myself. So what are we going to do? And I said, if we can make it to 1 year, then I will tell my family. We went to our 1 year anniversary. I literally put all of them on a text thread, went to the bathroom, sent a text.
Oh, Erica Jane style.
And then I came back out and I ordered a bottle of wine, and I was like, okay, I told them. And it was just, I did it in a very coward way, but it's not easy.
No.
So I agree with what you're saying. Even though we don't think Vishal is a part of the LGBTQIA plus community, and even if he were, of course, he would be totally welcome. You don't do that to people.
Adam, I
don't
disagree with you.
anyone.
That was very courageous of you. Like when you did. You just did when you were ready, and you wanted to make sure that this is a real relationship. Who wants to have the family meet someone you just met? You gave it a year. Stop.
A lot of people do that,
That
though.
was coward. Some people might wait even longer. Okay,
Right.
so that wasn't coward of you. It
wasn't just that. My family, I'm sure they had assumptions, but I used to talk like this and dress really straight. And I would always, if my shorts were too short or whatever, my mom would be like, what is going on? Everyone's going to think that you're gay. And I was like, not me, I'm not gay. And always in high school, I only had friends that were girls because I hated being around guys. And my mom's like, Adam, if you continue to hang around with all girls, they're going to think that you're gay, because she has a gay brother. And she's like, that's what they used to say about your uncle. And I'm just like, no, not me, Mom. And then all of a sudden I was like, and then Mom, if you're watching, she does watch. Mom was hitting on Jason because she thought he was straight because I made him play straight at my family's house.
Well, can you blame her?
Oh my God.
Jason
So
Ford?
messy. My mom's like, who is your single friend? I'm like, girl, you better take a seat.
That would be
Love you,
totally
Mom.
me. That would be totally me. My gay radar is very off.
Mine too.
I don't know, like
Mine too,
you
actually.
know, my heart broke when I learned that Anderson Cooper was gay. Go figure.
Your heart broke? Damn.
Kind of like, you know, like the because I'm a really fan. I love his wits. I love.
And you thought you had a chance with him. You thought you had a chance
in
with
my head, yes.
Anderson Cooper.
In
That's
my
what she
head,
means,
I have a
Empire.
chance with everybody. In my head, I have a chance with
She's like,
everybody.
You were
I'm about
trying
to have
to
a
mama,
sudden
you were
reaction.
trying to Mama D him, and you knew there was this wealthy, very successful man, and you were going to find out where you could find him, and then bump into him in a casual ball gown and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name," even though you know exactly who it is, and his name's everywhere. Oh, Anderson Cooper, never heard that. So, are you single? But now you can't do that because
I
he's
love a smart guy. I love a smart guy. He is really smart, and I still watch him. It didn't change anything. But my point is, I can't say someone is gay or not. Sometimes, okay. I didn't know Andy Cohen was gay, like till he came out in the reunion. I think when he said, I really didn't. Well, you know, I'm not perfect. I have my flaws.
You're not perfect?
No,
And
I'm
it
not.
just goes to it. Actually, I applaud you for that because you didn't also assume, you know, and that just because it's like what they said on the show for Family Karma. There are so many people who are metrosexual men who care about their fingernails, their toenails, their looks, their hair, their perfume or cologne, whatever it's called, cologne, and they want to look just as good as their girlfriends, but they are not interested in being with a man. They are very interested in being with a woman. So sometimes you really don't know.
You really don't know.
Or you're just effeminate. There are plenty of heterosexual men that are just a little bit more effeminate.
Yeah.
My uncle's married to my aunt, and they both cut hair, and they stand right next to each other and do hair in the chairs together.
See?
You know what I mean?
There you go. So you can't. I hate what Dylan is doing. To be honest, he's doing everything he would not appreciate anybody to do to himself, or most gay people. You know what I mean?
I enjoyed Dylan
That's
this
not-
episode, though. I enjoyed Dylan this episode. Him hanging out with the aunties. I was like, that would probably
Yeah.
be me.
That
would
was
be me.
cute. But the
I wouldn't be
problem
going to
is-
get everyone champagne. I'd be asking for the champagne, but that still would be me.
Yeah, but isn't it the problem? Like, if we met him as is, we would all be totally in love with him. But when we learned what he spoke of Vishal, that's in the back of our heads. So I will always have an eye roll to him when he is demanding sympathy or someone to not react a certain type of way.
Can I ask you-
someone? Yes, go ahead.
Can I ask you really quick though? Do you think that this might have been his way coming onto the show? Like he might have known from watching the first season, hey, if I drop this bomb, it's a very explosive, like, boom, I'm here. I'm Dylan Patel. You know what I mean? Like that was his moment to come in, and it was an easier segue into the show.
I don't know about that. I think because if he did that, if he thought that was not smart of him, because he has all the elements to be loved and be part of the show and bring diversity into a non-diverse group, because like they're all Indians, right? But he's bringing another color, another style of being gay, because the lawyer, he's masculine gay. He is
Right.
a feminine gay, right? So I hope I'm not offending anybody.
No, yeah.
But this is the thing. When you provoke or you say something, you can't just assume that person or demand that person doesn't react a certain way. We
Right.
can control only our actions, right? And now they are all so outraged by Vishal's verbal threat because he didn't touch him, and not outraged by what prompted that. So especially being a family dynamic, like when my kids get into it, I try to be the judge because I'm the mother, but then again, I see the wrong. Like when I see the reaction of one of them that I don't like, I reprimand that, but then I go back to the instigator. I said, hey, listen, but what you said before, I'm not saying I like the way he talked back to you, but what you said was wrong. The way you said was wrong. So
Right.
where is that family dynamic that I don't see? I see a lot of entitlement because they are very rich. So it's kind of like they expect everybody to accept whatever they do as no wrong.
I'm not. By the way, you said very rich. I'm not loving the compound.
Me neither.
But apparently they are. This is what we're basing on what everyone else is saying.
Okay.
From what he's, he's dropping a lot of name brands, and he was wearing Versace at some point, right? I think. I don't know. I might be conflating the franchises because.
I hope that we don't end up. I'm a little protective of Family Karma because I really love. Here she go. I really love the family, and I just don't want reality TV to taint these years of friendship and family. Yes. I don't want that to happen to them. And
because we've seen it with marriages on the Real Housewives franchises, where we come in, there are these very strong relationships and marriages that come on, and then the minute that you start inviting cameras in, production crews who want you to act a certain way, do something, have the conflict, have the resolution within your relationship, and publicly share it, it really taints the relationship. So I agree with you, Empire.
Maybe that's why Rishma decided to leave.
I
think Lopa did that.
I think the only way they can, if they're listening, I hope they are, but in the order to have their relationship that we all love protected, they have to take accountability. And it will start with the moms. The kids respect the moms. We know that. So they have to be the adults. And I hated what they did yesterday because I felt like they were indirectly bullying Vishal's mom by talking about her son in such a way, forgetting what prompted her son to, she didn't condone what he did, but wait, look what was being said online about my son. Do you care about my son? Or am I only supposed to care about your son and you're not caring about mine?
Right.
And there's one thing about Lopa, which I meant to be in my name today. I understand her problem. I do, because it's similar. Like, I had friends fall like leaves when I got divorced. You are looked a different way, like you're less than. Like, that's my culture too. So I relate a lot to them. But I would never, or consciously, I will never instill that or my pains into my daughter. And this is what she's doing. Because Vishal is like, from what we see on the show, he's like the coolest guy, the most supportive, and he loves his ex, which I hope it stays as his ex. I don't think she really deserves him. I think the show got into her head and she thinks she looks cool. She's trying to portray herself as this strong, independent woman. But what is she coming off is very off-putting to me, at least. So her mom, she has, because every episode she mentions that, oh, they didn't invite me, because usually this is what happens in the Indian culture. The parents talk to each other. But she thinks that she's not being reached out, or certain for protocols are not being followed because of her marital status.
Right.
She thinks this is where it stems off, but she is totally in disconnect with the way she's portraying herself. That might be has something to do with it, because it's true, but I don't think in her situation it's the reason. The way she's coming off, the hard shell that she has, and come on, you know Vishal for a long time. You should have a soft spot for him. And how I just don't understand his ex. I don't even know her. I can't remember her name because I really extremely dislike her right now. She is like, she's pretending like, oh, I broke up with him because he's not man enough. What is man enough in your opinion? Like, they bought a condo in Florida and she didn't tell her fiance. I would have a problem with that. Like, to learn that my mother-in-law bought a condo in my town and I was kept out of it. Is it because they didn't want to use his real estate services? Was that it?
No, he's commercial real estate.
I don't care, but he has a license, I think. He has a license, I think.
I mean, I wouldn't use him. Isn't he like Johnny come lately to real estate?
Maybe, I don't know. But
look, here's the real deal. In reality TV, every reality show needs a villain. Lopa is the perfect villain. She's living up to it, and we need her.
Yeah, that's true.
I love the lovey-doveyness between the families, but come on, Lopa's she's balancing
you're
out.
Making me feel
Emotional?
But I can't find it.
Are you getting emotional?
Yeah, this helps.
Okay.
Wait till later. But this is the thing. I like Lopa. I like her, but like I feel like her persona is really affecting and damaging what could be a great marriage to her daughter. And they will realize that when they lose him. Because he is good to look at too. Like Vishal. He has a nice, like, you know?
Yeah.
And he's funny. He is funny. And the only time that I really felt that he was in pain was when he talked to Dylan like that. And I think that he used those words not because he was really out of being, oh, I'm threatening your personal safety. I think it's because the way they were brought up together and they know each other for so long, I think he thought, yes, I can tell him that because his brother would bust my chops when I'm doing something wrong. So I really feel like they are using they are using something against Vishal that they shouldn't. I wish the mothers, when they were all together, they would say, we need to get the boys together and point out what my son said it's wrong, but we don't make it wrong with the right, with two rights.
But they said they don't get involved in the kid's business.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Just like my mom, like, doesn't get in my business still.
Well, Miriam, I love that you come with a full board of opinions.
Yeah.
Campfire, you as well. We are rounding out
and
to
the
our,
new subscriber.
even though Campire's just laughing. And Miriam got her new subscriber, even though she was down one. She's
I
up
lost one. I need to find out who's the one.
You're breaking even right now. But
okay.
you have 4 subscribers. You lost one. You don't know who it is?
Listen, my count on Instagram is going up every time I come in your channel, Adam.
Okay.
I think people are finding me funny too. It's not only me find myself funny.
Oh,
no,
I agree with that. Well, okay. I know that we're rounding off to the hour, and I see a few text messages from Fallon, so I think that I'm going to jump off of here. That way I can get the interview, put it up, and set it as a premiere. Finally, I can't wait before we go.
I wish we were in the same city watching together.
Look at this. Look at that beautiful face.
Can you get a better picture, a happier picture of Fallon? Please?
Yeah, can you get a happier?
I will next time.
Okay. All right.
I mean, she's a gorgeous woman. There's enough gorgeous pictures of Fallon on the internet. If you want to see a gorgeous picture of Fallon, go to her Instagram and follow her.
I am following her.
Oh, good.
I am following her when the interview dropped because I felt like this is what I wanted to say about Fallon. She was so generous. She didn't go to a mainstream person. She came to someone in YouTube. You know what I mean?
I feel like that's a backhanded compliment, but okay.
No.
I'm joking.
I don't think, no. My point is like,
are you Wendy Williamsing me?
No, that's not what I meant. What I meant is like, she could have booked with Wendy if she
go ahead, Heather Thompson, dig your hole.
But listen.
Okay.
She chose it's like I'm going to break the internet and with someone that I'm comfortable with, someone who treated me right, I'm going to treat that person right back. What I meant to say, Campfire, I know I'm shady, but this time I'm not, is that she was, she's a loyal person, I feel like. If you treat her well, she will give it back to you.
She's a Taurus. Obviously, she's loyal.
Not all Tauruses are loyal. My ex is a Taurus.
Oh my God.
All right.
My kids are loyal, and I have 2 kids who are Tauruses. So there.
Okay. So it's 2-1 over here. Uplifting Depression. Thank you for the super chat. When and where is the Fallon video being posted? I thought it was today. It is today. I will have it on my channel. It will be posted at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, and 5 p.m. Pacific, but we're going to be live chatting. We're setting it as a premiere, so if you're around, just join us, and we're going to. I haven't seen it yet either, so we'll wait
an after show.
What?
I think you should do an after show.
Yes, please.
Or a recap or something, either tomorrow, today, tomorrow.
Well, we're going on the Grace Report tomorrow at 10 a.m. to talk about it.
Oh, okay. So there we go.
Okay, yeah. My avatar.
I can't with Miriam right now.
All right, Miriam, Kempire, I appreciate you guys, and hopefully I will see you guys tonight at 8 p.m. If you guys have your best blouses, let's all just dress up, and then nobody sees the bottom half. We can put our underwear on and just have cocktails.
Are we color coordinating or something?
Black? I just wear black.
Okay. I have some nice black tops. Okay.
Okay. All right, I'll see you guys tonight.
We'll come with my props.
Bye.
Bye, guys. All right, guys, make sure you go and contribute to Miriam's subscribers. We need to get that count up to 5. And also go check out Kempire. You guys know where to find him. He gives us his monologue, and he also has amazing content. We're watching him grow every day. His subscriber count is getting better and better, and his lives kill it. He has so many people in the room. You have to check him out. And it's so refreshing to see other YouTubers who just come on, and we all have different opinions and ways of delivering the good. So I always appreciate it. And I appreciate when Miriam, Shannon Ban, Dear Dana, Cocktails with Lovable Lisa, Kempire, everyone who comes on here. I mean, Femtera, I could go on. The list goes on and on. I appreciate when everyone takes their time, because we all know time is the most precious thing. And I just thank you guys for that. I don't want to miss this before we go. Layla, thank you so much for the super chat. Guys, I'll see you tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our Fallon exclusive. Bye, guys.